Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some of the stocks on the move today here in Europe. I'm Caroline Hepke and we're joined by Bloomberg's Chloe Millay. Chloe, good morning.
Good morning.
Really strong performance for Puma. What's behind the big gains for that share?
Yeah, Puma is getting courted. It's getting quite a lot of M&A attention. So the Chinese company Anta Sports is said to be considering a takeover bid for Puma, and that's just one of several other bidders that could potentially be interested. That also includes another Chinese company called Li Ning, and it also the Japanese firm ASICS. So investors reacted very positively to that, with the shares jumping massively this morning. Of course, all of those potential bids are preliminary. This is kind of early stages discussions, and a big potential obstacle to any deal would be maybe the billionaire Pinot family, which is the biggest shareholder, and the expectations around valuation from them might become a problem later on. But in any case, Puma is in quite a tough spot at the moment. That means that sharks will probably continue to circle. So it's been failing to generate a lot of excitement around its new products, struggling to compete as well with Nike and Adidas, which are kind of the biggest competitors. And it still wants to return to growth by 2027, but let's see if it survives until then.
Okay, that's interesting. Remy Cointreau, their latest earnings, what do they show?
So first half profit actually fell, and same for sales, but that decline was actually a little bit better than feared, and it also confirmed guidance, and so that's what the market has focused on. So there's some weakness, but it's not as bad as expected. This is something that Remy Cointreau has been facing quite a lot of challenges. So including trade tensions in two of the biggest markets, so the US and China. It's also faced currency headwinds. There's also been an alcohol ban for official functions in China. That's not helped either. And this is all of those kind of challenges that have also been faced by its biggest peer, which is Pernod Ricard as well. So there's been quite a lot of weakness there, but it looks like sales might be stabilizing. It looks like there's consumer confidence is improving in China and the US, and those are the biggest markets, and therefore this has been seen as quite encouraging by investors, quite reassuring. The company said that it will probably manage to return to growth in the second half of its financial year. So it is shaking off some of those challenges. It is stabilizing. There's still quite a long way to go, but this was seen as quite positive for the market.
Okay, so that's on Remy Cointreau. And what about Deutsche Boerse, a sign of European prosperity to come, again, a stock that's been gaining?
Yeah, so the exchange operator was upgraded to a buy rating by JPMorgan. So the analyst said that the current valuation of the shares was failing to reflect the quality and the diversification of that business. And they said that 2026 looks to be very positive for Deutsche Boerse, and said that there's going to be some big political events, maybe geopolitical uncertainty continuing, which means that we'll potentially see more volatility, and that means that Deutsche Boerse could be benefiting from that. It could outperform. We've seen exchange operators across Europe really benefiting from the market volatility that we had earlier in the year, with really positive results in the trading divisions for Euronext and the London Stock Exchange Group, for example. This calmed down a little bit over the second half of the year, but analysts at JPMorgan are saying that if that volatility does pick up, then that would be very beneficial for Deutsche Boerse. Something that has been kind of looming over those kind of market infrastructure companies is fears of AI disruption. So some investors are worried that AI models could make some parts of Deutsche Boerse's business obsolete. But what analysts are saying that is that the diversification of the business model for those companies is really helping with that and preventing that. So overall, it looks very positive for Deutsche Boerse, but we'll see if that volatility does indeed pick up next year.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.